Aw yeah, the Nintendo Direct is finally happening tomorrow. What's up you guys, it's your boy HMK once again, and I'm gonna be talking about my Tears of the Kingdom predictions when it comes to the Nintendo Direct that's happening the 8th of February. If you want to see a more overall comprehensive prediction list, please check out my latest episode of The Fifth Dimension with Philly Beats You. For this video, we're talking Tears of the Kingdom. With the Direct happening and being over 40 minutes long and focusing on the first half of 2023 when it comes to video game releases, I'm sure that Tears of the Kingdom is going to have a gigantic presence at this presentation. So much so, I truly believe that they're going to dedicate like a whole chunk of the show, like 10 minutes, maybe even 20 minutes to Tears of the Kingdom. You know how they sometimes have those big breakdowns on specific games during Directs, like for Xenoblade, Pikmin, Kirby, Mario? Tears of the Kingdom is going to get that to truly kick off the promotional campaign leading into the release, which has been reaffirmed by Nintendo to be May 12, 2023. So with that being said, let's get the easy stuff out of the way. I need to see some Tears of the Kingdom amiibo. And this can include the amazing statue that we saw over in Japan that I feel is going to be the main concept art or key art for Link throughout the promotional campaign of Tears of the Kingdom. This, along with a new version of Zelda, possibly that of Calamity Ganondorf, as well as that mysterious goddess and maybe Link riding on his new glider. They don't really have to break down what the new amiibo does for the game, but I like to see the confirmation of the old Zelda amiibo and how they interact with Tears of the Kingdom. Especially if we can get the old tunics back and Wolf Link as well. Along with the amiibo, the confirmation of the special edition or the collector's edition, master edition of Tears of the Kingdom, what it could include, the pre-orders going up and everyone fighting over them, as well as a themed Pro Controller, some themed Joy-Cons, and maybe even the OLED special edition for Tears of the Kingdom. I just want Nintendo to go nutty with the hardware. And of course, there are the whispers about that Nintendo Zelda Lego set. But aside from the hardware, let's talk about the game itself and what we can see within the game's presentation at the Direct. Even though this is a sequel to Breath of the Wild, I feel that there's going to be a ton of new when it comes to Tears of the Kingdom. And let's begin with the idea of new outfits, gear, and weapons. Breath of the Wild already had an extremely impressive amount of weapons and gear, but I like to see what is new in Tears of the Kingdom. We already have that promise. When it comes to Link's new arm, the ancient toga that he wears, the shield flamethrower, and the one-handed hatchet. And imagine gameplay of Link using the busted up Master Sword like a dagger or something. And when talking about the new, I want to hear some new music. We kind of already did with the previous trailers, but when it comes to Breath of the Wild, one complaint that a lot of people had, and I understand, is that Breath of the Wild's music wasn't dynamic when it comes to the overall game. Sure, it had some great pieces, but for the most part, it was atmospheric and somber throughout their adventures in Hyrule. I didn't mind that, but for Tears of the Kingdom, that needs to change. I really want things to get bumping. And one thing that a lot of people aren't thinking about is the concept of new characters introduced in Tears of the Kingdom, whether it be from the past, from the future, under the ground, over the ground, or people visiting from beyond the borders of Hyrule. I mean, while Ganondorf isn't new, that goddess-like entity is definitely something new. And when it comes to these characters, both new and old, I like to see how they're going to be tackling voice acting this time around in Tears of the Kingdom. While people had some reservations about Breath of the Wild's voice acting, I believe it was the direction that needed work, and it definitely improved in Age of Calamity. So I'd definitely like to see how it flows in Tears of the Kingdom, and hopefully, we'll finally get to hear the voice of Ganondorf in this specific Direct. And then one thing that we haven't seen in Tears of the Kingdom when it comes to the promotion, the trailers, and anything like that, please Nintendo, I want to see how combat is going to look like in this game. And after 6 years, from 2017 up until now from Breath of the Wild, I hope Tears of the Kingdom's combat is evolved to a point where the spice is going to be turned up to 11. I'm not talking about turn up to 100 like in Age of Calamity, because that's a Hyrule Warriors game. Keep it to Zelda, but I want to see improved. Maybe take inspiration from Twilight Princess and Wind Waker and maybe upgradable combo strings. Or perhaps even dual wielding. I see Link with 2 gauntlets on both of his arms. Either way, I just want to see how Link fights in this game. And another thing that a lot of people really want is the possibility, finally, the confirmation of traditional dungeons in Tears of the Kingdom. It was heavily alluded to in the first trailer, but we need that sweet confirmation. You don't have to show multiple dungeons. No. Just maybe the first one. Yeah, just the first one. The fact that we have them, you know what I mean? But at the same time, don't take away my Sheikah shrines. It's probably not gonna be Sheikah shrines, but like an equivalent, please, like don't take that away. I love that about Breath of the Wild. But when talking about the focus of mystery within the air of Tears of the Kingdom, just like how the Sheikah were in Breath of the Wild, maybe give us a whisper and reference the Zonai for Tears of the Kingdom and how they're going to be playing a very focal point within this game. Whereas we might be utilizing their power, that the dungeons we're going to were built by them, and that the secrets connected to the Tears of the Kingdom is definitely derived from the Zonai. And finally, maybe talk a little bit about the name. Bill Trennan said that the name was attributed to a spoiler within the game, but don't go too spoilery when it comes to what Tears of the Kingdom could mean. Are they items? Is it an event? What is going on with this name? What truly makes or what truly cries the Tears of the Kingdom? I'd definitely like to know a little bit of context to that. Ladies and gentlemen, the sky is truly, literally the limit on what we could learn about this game during the Direct. I feel it in my bones that this is truly going to kick off the promotional campaign into the release, and hopefully we'll have playable demos at events going into May, including that of GDC and PAX East 2023. But I want to know what you guys think on what we could possibly see when it comes to Tears of the Kingdom at the Nintendo Direct. Leave your comments and thoughts in the comment section below, and be sure to like, share, and most importantly subscribe to HMK for more Tears of the Kingdom and Zelda content every week. It's gonna go down, and be sure to check out my Twitch channel for when we go live with the direct reaction hype party. Big thanks to my Patreon supporters for help making these videos happen. If you want to find out how you can support HMK for just $1 a month, check out my information in the description box below and pick up some merch over at my shop at Fourth Wall. Alright guys, until the next video, this has been HMK, and I'll check you guys later.